I'm going to start with Neil Young, okay? So here we go.
I hope we're going to get a clip.
We're not, but that's why I'm going to
Can we
start
play
with
a
it.
track?
No, but here's the thing, right? Neil
How about
Young,
You
Heart
Are
of
Like
God.
a Hurricane all the way through?
Hang on, let me do this, right? Neil Young, Heart of God. Now, you know, I hate Neil Young.
Well, you're wrong.
Whining, whinging, nasal, bird of peace, you tasted real good. So I went in to see this, and I sat through, Neil Young.
So you did not exactly go with an open mind.
I went to see it after having seen, the Year of the Horse thing, which I thought was absolutely awful. And they cut between Rockin' in the Free World in two different versions, 10 years apart, they're still exactly the same. I sit down, it's this concert of Neil Young at the Ryman Auditorium doing Prairie Wind for the first time. And he's got this lovely band on stage, Emmylou Harris doing backing vocals, and he's got this guy with his pedal steel player. And he starts playing, and all my prejudices kick in. I can't stand Neil Young, I can't stand Neil Young. And then something happens, and literally, it's a Pauline moment, and you're going to love this. Suddenly, I have tears, and I'm not making this up. I have tears streaming down my face. It's like a tuning fork has struck in my brain, and I suddenly realise with a mixture of wonderment and shame that I love Neil Young. And I'm suddenly swept away on this tidal wave of emotion. And then he starts playing all those songs that I really, after having done Prairie Wind, which is absolutely lovely, there's this one lovely song about trying to talk to his father when his father has Alzheimer's disease, and he's lovely and he's humble, and the music is absolutely gorgeous. And then he plays these songs that I hate. He plays Old Man, but he introduces it. Yeah, but I hated it. And he does this little introduction about it. It was about the caretaker. He went and he bought this ranch. He said, I was a rich hippie. I bought this ranch. The caretaker took me out. He showed me the ranch. He said, how come a guy like you can afford a ranch like this? And I said, well, I just got lucky. And he said, that's the darndest thing. And then he played Old Man, and I just thought, I have been so wrong. And here's what I'm going to do. As penance, I am going to get a T-shirt that says, sorry, Neil. And I'm going to... I was in love with it. It was like watching... The Last Waltz. It was like suddenly the veils had lifted from my eyes, or the cotton wool had come out of my ears. And I can't tell you how profound an experience this was for me, because I hated Neil Young. I mean, the sound of him was like somebody whacking cats against a wall. I just hated it. And there I was, and this despite the fact that the film is out of sync with the soundtrack. And this is how much I liked Neil Young.
How does that happen?
I went and complained to the projectionist. I said, the film's out of sync with the soundtrack. He said, believe me, we know. We've told America it's about 4 frames out. People are whacking the guitar, the hands coming down the guitar and the things coming a half second later. It's a Jonathan Demme movie. He said, we know. We've complained to them. They said, no, that's it. That's the print. It's been printed. Mr. Those are the prints that's going out. It's slightly out of sync, and it was driving me nuts.
So if you go see it, don't complain about it being out of sync.
It's not the projectionist. It's the
not
print.
Eric.
It's the print. And they said they know about it, and they're really sorry about it. And even that, but by the end of it, I was completely won over. And you were right, and I was wrong, and I couldn't hear it, and now I can.
This is turning into a fine week.
Well, there we go. That's I honestly, I almost rang you when I came out of the cinema to say, Simon, but Neil Young found a place in my heart, and I'm lost. The thing that's going to happen now is that I'm suddenly going to realise actually the Grateful Dead are okay, and then there will be no point in carrying on.
He has done some rubbish, but hey. So have we all, apparently.
Anyway, I just wanted to confess that.
Excellent.
It felt like
you're born again.
I am. I really am.